If you're working on your NBA picks and NBA predictions for today, Friday, February 9th, I can help you with that. I have 3 team-specific NBA trends and 2 NBA-wide situational angles ready to roll today. And as always, guys, please never make a bet based on any single trend or angle. If you're using trends and angles as part of your handicapping process, what I recommend you do is that you weigh out the relevant trends, what you feel are the relevant trends for each game, and see if they weigh out heavily one way or the other. We're going to start with a league wide, NBA wide situational angle. And in this, we're looking at road teams, so capital A for away, where the total is greater than or equal to 210, where they lost their last game against the current opponent by at least 30 points. So you're used to seeing the lowercase p, which points to a team's previous game, no matter the opponent. When you see the capital P, that refers to the team's previous game against the current opponent. And margin less than or equal to 30 means they lost that game by at least 30 points. And we're going back to the 2020 season. And you can see here the over under is 24, 63, and 2. 24 overs, 63 unders, and 2 pushes. And these games, so that is an under angle there at 72.4% to the under. And it's recommending the under in the Hornets Bucks game tonight. Moving right along. And guys, I ask that you please hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell for notifications. For this next one, and this one is another NBA league-wide situational angle. We're going back to the 2019 season. Again, we're looking at away teams. What this means here is team sum, and that's the sum of their games. Opponents' points greater than or equal to 115. So that means we're looking for this away team's games in which they allowed 115 or more points. And n equals 5 means we're going back through their last 5 games. The equals 5 means we're looking for these teams to have allowed 115 or more points in each of those last 5 games. And they're facing an opponent that allowed 125 or more points in their last game. So previous opponents' points greater than or equal to 125. And we'll hit the SDQL button. You can see that these teams are 33-10 against the spread. And it applies to 2 teams tonight. It supports a play on the Atlanta Hawks. It also supports a play on the Hornets against the Bucks. Now, what I will say about these 2 games in particular, because I've seen it myself this morning, I found plenty of trends and angles supporting both teams in this game. So if you're looking at these 2 games, this is one of those instances where you definitely want to look at all the relevant trends and angles and weigh them out and see if they weigh out more heavily on one side or the other. We're going to move right into trend angle number 3 here. And if you haven't already, guys, please hit the thumbs up to like this video. For this one, now we're going team trends here. We're looking at the Lakers. And instead of season, we're looking at a specific date span here. We're looking back, we're going all the way back to November 19th of 2023. We're looking at the Lakers at home when their opponent's win percentage is greater than 50. So in other words, they're at home playing against a team with a winning record. And the line is less than 5. So they could be a favorite. It could be a pick 'em, as long as they are not an underdog of 5 or more points. And we'll hit the SDQL button. You can see the over-under for this game. No overs, 10 unders. So that's impressive enough because those are all games from this season. But look at this margin. These games stayed under the total by over 18.5 points per game. That is very impressive. And it does qualify tonight, Lakers hosting the Pelicans. And we will move on to another team trend. Guys, though, if you have any trends or angles that you would like me to look up for today's games, drop them in the comments. If you have found any trends or angles that are good for today's games, drop those in the comments and share those. Everybody would love to see them. For this next team trend, we're looking at the Rockets. We're going to go back to February 3rd of 2023. So we're going back almost exactly a calendar year. Game number is greater than 41. This, and said another way, it's the second half of the season. We're looking for games in the second half of the season. It's an 82-game season. So the first half is 41 games. The second half is 41 games. So we're looking for games in the second half of the season. And we're looking for them against opponents that are allowing a field goal percentage on the season of 48% or higher. So definitely not good defensive teams. And we will hit the SDQL button. And you can see the over-under for this is a perfect 13-0 to the over. 13 overs, no unders. Look at the margin. These games went over by an average of 16.5 points per game. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, you can see that they're on the right-hand column here for overtime. You can see that there were 2 overtime periods here. So that's going to knock that margin down from 16.5. It might knock it down maybe 3 or 4 points, but you're still looking at a margin of at least a dozen points here, so which is still a very impressive winning margin. I love those double-digit margins. And you can see that this is active today, tonight when the Rockets visit the Raptors. And apparently, and I always like to wait till the stats for the day update before I consider the next day's games. It says it's going to qualify tomorrow when the Rockets visit the Hawks. I will double check this tomorrow just to make sure that all the parameters still fit. That brings us to the final trend of the day. And guys, I got to tell you though, you got to head over to wt.buzz/db today. I'm number 1 this season at WagerTalk in winning percentage and ROI in basketball for this season. And that's NBA and college basketball combined. Number 1 win percentage, number 1 ROI. And you can see here on the right-hand side of the page, I have one NBA best bet going tonight. It's backed by a pair of team-specific situational angles that combined have gone 18-2 for 90% winners this season. Those details are in the write-up. It's also backed by an NBA-wide situational angle that's cashed basically 69% winners this season. So, I'm also number 1 in overall ROI since September 18th, so going back 5 months, basically. So I'm rolling. I'm winning in hoops, tops in hoops. You want to get tonight's big play, get it right now at wt.buzz/db. If you scroll down the page, that rest of February special is still available, but time is running out on that one. You can get all of my NBA, college basketball, and Super Bowl plays with that package. There's also the Super Bowl to Super Bowl all access package. And the sooner you sign up, the more free days you get, which there's only 2 more days left before the Super Bowl. So, this package is going to come down this weekend, I imagine. Basically, you're locking me in for all my plays in all sports from this Super Bowl to next year's Super Bowl, a full year for $11.99, which is a savings of $800. It would get you all my plays in the NFL coming up, college football next season, college basketball the rest of this season, and NBA the rest of this season. Like I said, I'm already number 1 right now in win percentage and ROI in those 2 combined. We got baseball coming up. So it's a great deal. Hop on board for that as well. And as if that's not enough, I have 2 more special coupons for you guys. DB7, if you use that code at checkout on a 7-day all-access pass, it'll knock $30 off. You will only pay $69. That is the same price as a 3-day pass, so you'll be getting 7 days for the price of 3. The other coupon code is 50 off 30. That's 50OFF30. That will take $50 off any 30-day sports specific or 30-day all access pass. And again, that will get you all my plays for the next 30 days, all 5% max bets. It'll get you all my NBA, all my college hoops, my Super Bowl stuff, everything. Take advantage of that at wt.buzz/DB. So let's go to the final trend of the day. And for this one, we're looking at the Sacramento Kings. We're going to go back to January 3rd of 2023, so about 13 months worth of games. We're looking at them when they have lost against the spread in each of their last 2 games. So their previous game was an ATS loss, and previous or 2 games ago was an ATS loss. And the total for the current game is at least 222. And we'll hit the SDQL button. Now look at this monster. Despite an average line of just minus 2.9, the Kings are 17-0 straight up, winning by a tad over 13 points per game. 17-0 against the spread, covering the spread by just over 10 points per game. And you can see that this is active tonight with the Kings hosting the Nuggets. And that is going to do it for today's Trends and Angles video. Again, if you've got any trends or angles you want me to look up, drop them in the comments. If you have any, drop those in the comments as well. Don't forget to head over to wt.buzz/DB, grab today's big NBA best bet. Take advantage of those specials and coupon codes. Get what you can there. And as always, guys, best of luck on all of your wagers today.